the United States has slammed Russia and China for blocking a resolution aimed at extending the mandate of a United Nations committee that's responsible for monitoring and reporting on sanctions imposed on North Korea for its ballistic missiles and nuclear program. Through the U.S. State Department spokesperson Matthew Miller, who addressed the developments in the daily briefing of March 28, 2024, the United States accused Russia of not only highlighting to the world the depth of its worrisome ties with North Korea by blocking the extension of the Sanctions Monitoring Panel's mandate, but also for using its veto power as a bargaining tool to maneuver the current sanctions imposed on it and corruptly access North Korean weapons that it needs to continue with its assault on Ukraine. China was on the other hand condemned for abstaining at this crucial time, yet it has been supporting the panel's mandate for the past 14 years, and before we proceed, take a listen at what Matthew Miller had to say here.
The United States is deeply disappointed by Russia's veto of the United Nations Security Council's 1718 Committee Panel of Experts mandate renewal. We are also disappointed that the People's Republic of China decided to abstain after 14 years of supporting this important mandate. For the past 15 years, the 1718 Committee Panel of Experts has been the gold standard for providing fact-based, independent analysis and recommendations on the implementation of UN sanctions on the DPRK. Throughout those 15 years, the panel of experts enjoyed the Security Council's unanimous support and, up until this year, has been renewed by consensus. Russia's actions today have cynically undermined international peace and security, all to advance the corrupt bargain that Moscow has struck with the DPRK. Moscow appears to be intent on facilitating the DPRK's illegal pursuit of weapons of mass destruction, and its veto today was a self-interested effort to bury the panel's reporting on its own collusion with the DPRK to secure weapons that it can use to further its aggression against Ukraine. Russia alone will own the outcome of this veto. A DPRK more emboldened to reckless behavior and destabilizing provocations, as well as reduced prospects for an enduring peace on the Korean Peninsula.
It's worth noting that Russia and China's move to block the annual renewal of the Sanctions Monitoring Committee's mandate comes amid the US-led accusations that North Korea has been transferring its weapons and ammunition to Russia, weapons that Moscow has been using in its war on Ukraine. However, both Moscow and Pyongyang have denied the accusations, but the two countries vowed last year to deepen their military relations. Anyway, while the resolution garnered significant support in the UN Security Council, with 13 of its 15 member states voting in favor, Russia, as a permanent council member, voted against it, effectively knocking down the resolution, and as earlier mentioned, China abstained.
The weapon in this harmful situation is now the panel of experts of the 1718 committee. It has ceased to carry out its direct obligations. Its work is increasingly being reduced to playing into the hands of Western approaches, reprinting biased information, and analyzing newspaper headlines and poor quality photos. In so doing, the group is essentially conceding its inability to come up with sober assessments of the status of the sanctions regime. The panel has continued to focus on trivial matters that are not commensurate with the problems facing the peninsula. The United States and their allies didn't want to listen to us and didn't include our ideas in the draft resolution that is being put to a vote today. In these circumstances, we don't see any added value in the work of the panel of experts of the committee, and we cannot support the American draft. We call on members of the Security Council to listen to our arguments, which aim at finding a way out of this harmful situation. Thank you.